Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wisconsin Pro Wrestling. As I've been continuing to grow this company, I would say we're the top ranking company because we started 6 months ahead of everybody else that was popping up, and then obviously a year ahead of the rest of the Midwest, which was roughly 4 or 5 promotions, and then Florida and California or I think it's like Florida and Nevada that I just added. So obviously a year and a couple months or a year and a month ahead of them guys, so they just started, so they're signing all their people. That's why you can see NVASW, CAASW, and then Florida FL ASW, kind of putting the acronyms of the state or the abbreviations, so to speak, on what you would see on a normal map or a globe, so to speak, for the United States. So we got 25 days away from our live event. We're continuing to grow. We're at a 2.7 overall, and we're just continuing the grind, and the championship plans for the tournaments keep going as normal. That there's a women's every event championship that's kind of on the line, and then there's a big contract for the men, an 8-men contract bonus, so to speak, for the men, and then for the women, it's just a championship, but if I feel like I can use them in the future or use them for a storyline in the future, I'll kind of keep them, but otherwise, if I don't have really any plans, like for the men, if they lose and they're out of the tournament, I'm just going to release them after they lose, because I have rosters that I have set on my roster charts, and that's what I'll be using until I get, so to speak, it big enough to start brands and everything. Then that's going to be different. Or if I start, creating another promotion and it is my child promotion, I can send people for development. That'll be a whole different process too. So overall, let's get going. I kind of added 2 rivalries so far. So we have the Jaden Cooper and Javen Ibori that's been going on for a little bit. I think I'm just knowing what the kind of algorithm is to start growing the popularity of the storylines, or the heat, the percentage. So hopefully, because I kind of did something last event with Jaden and Javen, and it increased a little bit. Otherwise, they've been roughly at like 53% if I just do like a match every single time of, it's a rivalry. So you'd want to keep doing either matches or, promos and stuff like that. So overall, and then we have Randy Grimes and Nunes that's still going. And then Anna Becker and Zone Matthews are still going. And then Butch Taylor and Louister are now going. And then the Cruz Brothers and Royalty, Kings of the World Royalty team is going at it with each other as well. So let's get to it. We're going to simulate 6 days because we're on Tuesday. So we're going to simulate till Monday. Got 1 email. Bo Davies, I've been admiring the work of Gabriel, and I would love to work with him. I'm gonna reject it because he may be gone, and honestly, I don't have any plans for him besides I added him for this tournament as of right now, and it won't be before April, so that he will be in contact with you. It's not like I'm trying to reject everything that's coming out the gate, but push requests, I think I've put in the work and I deserve a push. I'm going to reject it. You've only had 1 match. You've won. So that is something you don't deserve. Sorry, bud. May not be happy with it, but okay, you have 100% star power, but that doesn't make you receiving a push. We'll just simulate 11 days to speed the process until we get like any, what do you call it, medical stuff or any promises, which we didn't. So we can simulate the next day, which will be March 26th. And that is our event day. So like I already done is I've already pre-booked everything, and we will start the show right away, and we're going to confirm it. So in the first match, this is involving with the tournament with the women, and we had Eyolf D'Angelo and Lucia Alves going at it with each other. And unfortunately, Lucia Alves was eliminated. Aurora Richards was also on D'Angelo's corner. Didn't interfere with it or anything, so Lucia's eliminated from the title contention in the end. We'll see if I have something for her, but I think more than likely I don't have any plans, so she will be released. So the star power of Lucia, the good looks of Lucia added. She was struggling with breath at the end. D'Angelo had a boost of their gimmick. The good looks, and then the vocal crowd were in love with the segment. Their reaction made it even better. Stage quality and camera quality stuff have been the same ever since. So 72% match quality, 48% segment. So not the best, but it's better than nothing. So we have Riley MacArthur making an appearance, and she kind of has the millionaire gimmick to her, and she is coming out to make an entrance and trying to persuade that D'Angelo and Richards should join her and create a stable instead of being a part of Zoe Matthews, because they're all combined. They all want money pushed. They all are similar. So we'll see what happens. And it's kind of their first encounter, and they'll kind of have a head scratcher to be a part of if they want to join her and whatnot, and kind of be a part of. They could be a trio tag team, because the trio tag team titles are vacant right now because Janiyah Lindsay left as being an owner booker somewhere else, so they got vacated. So they all gained 0.2 popularity and a 63% final segment score. And then, okay. So we had Isabella and Ashley Donoso. They were both struggling. The star power of Isabella added to the match. And the vocal crowd made it even better. So Isabella is moving on to the next round. But they got a negative 2.5 stars. That is like the first negative I've had. Otherwise, it's been a null or a dull, but not negative. And Ashley Donoso is eliminated. So they had a 44 score match. So stage quality, camera quality is the same. So we have Butch having an angle, cutting a promo on Luister Avila, of, hey, I'm here to put a statement, and you're not here to embarrass me in front of a crowd that legit was on my debut. And he's a big super heavyweight, and he is a heel, and he's going to go after Luister. So be aware, because the big man is coming for you. And a 44 overall percent segment. We had Jordan and Deborah. They had a negative star, so a negative 1 star. Jordan Dorsey wins. So that sums up the first round of the tournament, because I had to add 3 because Lucia Alves was helping Maria Jose Ferrari for one tag team match in the first show because Janiyah Lindsay left. So then I had to add that match into it as the first match. But anyway, back to this. Star power, intimidating presence, and she was struggling with breath for Jordan. And then Deborah had a boost of her gimmick and was struggling for breath. The vocal crowd were in love with the segment. The reaction was even better. And then stage and camera quality, and Jordan gains 0.2 popularity from it with the 52% segment rating. Then we have a segment with Rain Grimes cuts a promo on Nunes, basically saying, hey, you're not winning. Just like, stop. I'm stomping you to the ground. Like, every single time we've wrestled, I've won. So, like, just quit fighting me. And the arrogant gimmick of Rain has worked well. The star power of Rain and the good looks of Rain have worked well, with the 69% segment rating. And we have, for the men, we have Ryan Dominguez and Gabriel Maria. And Ryan Dominguez wins, so he moves on to the next round. Star power, and he was struggling, and so was Gabriel was struggling, and the intimidating presence of Gabriel added to the match. Vocal crowd were in love with the segment, and their reaction made it even better. Stage camera stays the same. Ryan Dominguez gains 0.2, and Gabriel loses 0.1 with the 52% rating with this 3-star match. And then we have the Cruz brothers cut a promo on Royalty of the World, King of Royalty, and the good looks of Bo Davies added to the story beat of like, hey, we're a new tag team here. We're here to put a statement, and we're going to come back at you and stuff like that. Kind of like Butch with, it was our debut match. You're not here to embarrass us. We're not backing down a fight, and we're going to get you next time. And we're going to win, or at least work our way for a win. So they all gained 0.2 from the whole segment. And a final score of 56%. Now, this is looking like we're not going to get any sponsorship or popularity bonuses. And we had a non-title match, even though they do have the Every Event Championship. But I made it a singles match and not putting the title on the line for this one. And Jaden Cooper loses 0.1, and Javen Ibori wins. So Jaden Cooper had a boost from his gimmick, the star power of Jaden, and the vocal crowd were in love with the segment, and the reaction made it better. Stage camera quality. And then Javen Ibori lost nothing with a 63% match rating, with a 1.5 star match quality at a 58% with a 100% crowd reaction, which was, the calculation was like 93%, so pretty good reaction. Then we have an angle involving Zoe Matthews cutting a promo on Anna Becker. Hey, I beat you twice, even with the title on the line. What are you going to do now? I'll keep fighting you, but I'm still going to win. So they got a 77%. The star power of both of them added to the story beat as well. And then we have Aaron Carrasco versus Matthias Langley, the newly signed last event. having a match with Aaron Carrasco that lost his kind of long time opportunity for the Wisconsin All-Star Wrestling title because Quadis beat him, and kind of the deal was, if I beat you, you can't face me for a while. You're going to have to start from the bottom, and you're going to have to work your way up. And Aaron agreed to it. These, like picturing signing the contract and whatnot, and he ended up losing and didn't gain the title. So, star power of Aaron Carrasco. Matthias had a boost of his gimmick, the star power of Matthias, and then the intimidating presence of Matthias added to the match. The vocal crowd were in love with this segment. Their reaction made it even better. Aaron Carrasco and Matthias have incredible chemistry as opponents, and it helped the match quality. That's good to know. The stage looked good, but not quite. Quality caliber, the camera quality the same. Aaron Carrasco didn't lose any popularity, and Matthias Langley gained 0.2 with a 60% rating and 3.5 star match. Now we're adding a story beat at the end with Quadis coming in after their match. Quadis talks about Matthias Langley right in front of his face. And then they get into a verbal sparring match with Matthias engaging in a verbal sparring match with Quadis. And then Matthias chases Quadis out of the arena. And that was that. There was no backstage brawl or anything in that nature. He just chased him out of the arena, or the ring and the entryway. And the star power, good looks, have been throughout every single segment. The cocky gimmick of Quadis helped with the verbal sparring, and it's been star power and star power of Matthias and good looks of Matthias, and the unstable gimmick has helped with Matthias as well. So ended up with the 74 overall rating, and we're going to end the show. We got a 66, so we improved. We've gained 0.3 popularity. So far, we have started the year with a 58 overall, or 58%. The last event was a 60%, and now we're at 67. So we're getting up there, but we're not quite of getting the popularity or sponsorship bonus, because it starts at 70%, which is $250,000 for 70% overall show rating, and then gaining 0.05 extra on top of this, so it'd be like 0.35. If I were to put it on North America, I could put it on Latin America, I could put it on Europe, I could put it on Asia, Oceania, and Africa, on any region, and also helping an opponent gaining 0.05. So, hoping I was going to get that, but I think we started off slow. Was here and there, had it, and then started picking it up towards the end, and it did not do us justice. I feel like overall the first match didn't help so much, and then the Butch and Lewister and Isabella and Ashley Donoso didn't help it with getting 48% and 44s. Otherwise, I feel like if it was a little bit up, we'd be maybe close at 68%, or even at the 70% mark. Because we had some 50s, but we've had, a 77, 74, 60, 63, 69%. So it'd be close, but you never know. We're going to end the show. We're going to get the email. And we had 215. Phew. So we had quite a few people at that arena. So I kind of looked at what happened last time, and the reason why we had a set number is because I forgot to change the arena to the second one, which was which I will go and show you the arenas in like the booking so to speak, screen, but I left it at the first one, which was $300 and 100 max capacity. And so I left it at that one, and we sold out with 100 people. So we had a set number of people that can only join and or like come in as audiences, and a set number of ticket sales, obviously with how many they're charging per ticket, is what we could get, and that's why we got the $1,000, just over $1,000 in ticket sales, because it was for 100 people, whereas this is 215 people because I bumped it up to the 500, the 500 sports hall. I think that's what this one is. And so the max capacity is 500. We gain almost half of that, and 2,257 ticket sales. So, and this one that we selected is 1,200 for the cost. So we basically almost doubled it to get, profit of $1,200. But we got a profit of $1,100 or even $900, which is still good in that aspect of ticket sales. But obviously, overall with the production and everything, we're not going to be in profit, but we're leading towards it, and we'll see within the office of when it comes to our storyline. So our best storyline right now is Jane Cooper and Javen Ibori, which is 59%. Then we have the Nunes and Ring Grimes that just bumped up from a 53 to a 55, or 52 to 55. And then Anna Becker and So Matthews bumped up to a 55. Butch and Louister, since it was their first promo, so to speak, first segment with it, they're at 44. And then the first segment with the Cruz Brothers and Royalty is going to be, which was the 56%. So I'm going to kind of show you, because I'm going to add another one, and because I forgot to kind of add it before the whole storyline, or before the thing even happened, so we're going to make it with Quadus. So we're going to name it Quadus' new opponent for the title. Yeah, it seems cheeky because it's so like cliche of that it's just like, oh, it's his new opponent, but I can't think of anything. Otherwise, it would be Quadus versus Matthias, and that kind of just sounds like, dumb. So I'm going to type that real quick. And we're going to create the storyline because obviously within the next event, they could have a match, and that could be, a good starting off point from this moving on forward with going for the title. So we don't have any development. We're going to go to finances. So right now we're negative 15. But like I said, we almost gained within ticket sales of using the building, and with building here we gain 750 in, so to speak, profit from the cost of the arena to ticket sales. So in that regards, but obviously it's going to be minus 600 with the production, and then the staff wages, and sponsorship and merchandise. So we're going to simulate to the rest of the month. And see where the progress will be at when it comes to that. So gain a little bit of merchandise, so $13, 180 within sponsorships money. The 16,000 within the staff wages, and 600, so 615. So hopefully it starts to go down as these storylines will evolve and we'll get more people in the building. So that being that, we have to update the tournaments as well. So Jordan Dorsey won hers, and Isabella won hers, and D'Angelo won hers. So that is the first round is all completely done. It took 4 shows to get that done. So Lucia Alves, we'll kind of look at her real quick, see if she has any good star power or whatnot, or any other good attributes that we may use her. But I know like Eva Torres, she has some good attributes when it comes to star power, so we may use her in something. Ashley Donoso, I think she was kind of like mid in the 50 range, so I just wanted to give her a match and come into our promotion and see how she would do, if she would win or not. And then Deborah Cherry as well. It's just giving people an opportunity, and then also using our partner, Minnesota All-Star Wrestling, and giving them popularity from our show to their show and whatnot, so kind of promoting them in a way. So yeah, we have Jordan Rush, which she is from the Minnesota All-Star Wrestling. Laura Leon, which is the champ of Minnesota All-Star Wrestling, unless if she's not the champ after, the last event that they just did. So them two, so it's basically Minnesota All-Star Wrestling against each other. Then we have Dana Rocha that we signed to fill in a spot because she had decent attributes and to give her a match. Riley McCarthy, the millionaire gimmick that may become a stable and try to get those trio tag team titles, or kind of maybe backstab the power stable right now, because D'Angelo and Roar Richards aren't really doing anything, but the only thing that they have is the tag team title, so to speak. So who knows? And then D'Angelo against Strickland, and Strickland is from Minnesota All-Star Wrestling, so D'Angelo is making a statement within their tag team to see if she can add another title included in the tag team. And then Isabella Carlson, she is a new signee, and then Jordan Dorsey is she's been a signee, and now we're using her. She's kind of like a monster, so to speak, within her gimmick, so maybe she'll take it all the way, or someone will knock her down eventually. So within the next event, it will probably be the top 2 matches, and then the bottom 2 matches after that, and then it's kind of 1, 1, and 1 until the end, so to speak, because it was 4 shows and then 2 shows, and then it could potentially be 1, but I just thought do 1 show for 1, another show for another, and then the championship for the last one. It's roughly, it was 7 or 8 shows that this would be finished within a 16-man bracket. Now with the 8 men, Ryan Dominguez won his match, so he's moving on. So as of right now, we got Takaro Sugawara, Billy Clean, and Ryan Dominguez. Next up is Emmett Rossi and Killian James that are going to be in a match in the next event, and they will be facing Ryan Dominguez. So let's look at our roster real quick on the people that we potentially may be sending out. Like, for example, Laura Richards, her star power is 90, her wrestling skill is 52, so she has decent amount of skill to it. That will keep her, her stamina is at 13, but, well, it will improve eventually. Clooney is still in it, so Dana Rocha is still in it. Ashley Donoso. So yeah, she was a 51 star power, or 50. Now, potentially could have grown up because of using her in promos. but she has a 51% star power, and then she has 11 wrestling skill, 33 entertainment, psychology, 69, 64 safety, 19 stamina, looks 41, 22 imitation. So I'm sorry to say it, but gave you an opportunity, and you've lost in the tournament, so we are releasing you. And you are going to be released immediately. So, we hope your future endeavors. She is 81, so I might keep her. I may not, but she has a 48 wrestling skill, 50 entertainment. She's an arrogant heel. I mean, she could be worked with when it comes to Rain Grimes as a tag team, because they're both kind of arrogant, or arrogant. Is Rain Grimes arrogant, or is she a badass? Gimmick. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? She's arrogant as well. So, they could be worked together. She has an 84 star power, 43, and she's in a lot of promotions as well. She is currently Illinois and Kansas All-Star Wrestling, so good for her. She's had one win within this year, and she was 4-3, so she has lost some, but ever since she's wrestled Nunes, she's like won every single time. So, and all time, she's 5-3. But Samuel Jennings, we signed last event or last episode because his agent was 100. And then with who else? And I might change it that they are written contracts and give them maybe 75%. We're going to do quick filters, go to staff. It was Ezra George that he was at 100% too as well. So we're going to give him a written contract, and how you kind of do is you go to edit database, because I can't really give written contracts right now. Goodbye promotion. Yeah, we'll do it by promotion, so it should be towards the bottom. Because then you have to find the name. Probably alphabetical order, I would imagine. Maybe not. Or maybe it's by expiration date. Yeah, they're at the bottom. So, as of right now, he's at 243, but we are going to put a written contract. We're going to give him, instead of 4,800, we're going to give you 4,000. So, we're going to save changes on that. So, you're getting most of what you want. And the same with Ezra George. It's going to be a written contract. And we're going to give him the same. We're basically going to give him what he wants. Or we could give him 3,500 because he wants a little bit less. So we'll give him 3,500. Save it. And that their expiration dates are 02/28 of 27. So they're at written contracts, so they cannot technically leave. Unless if I release them. But they have 100%. And Ashley Donoso leaves. So we're keeping Deborah Cherry because she may work with Rain Grimes after their kind of storyline with Nunes. Kind of trying to do a push on the tag team. But keeping Riley. Well, she won anyway, but keeping her. Cia Alves we have to look at. Sorry if this becomes a long one. Because I kind of want to show you on. Oh, she has 90 per. I wonder why I signed her, because she has 90 star power, so we may keep her regardless and try to find something to work with her with, because she has 90 star power and 62 wrestling skill is not bad. And then 97 safety, that's pretty good, and then 16 stamina, so it's just the fact that she's going to have to get in more matches and everything to build the stamina up. So she is 0-2, but eventually she'll get there, and she'll continue to grow. She's a face, she's a wholesome face, so I may even keep her tag teamed up with Maria Jose Ferrari, but I may not. I may find something else for her, but as of right now, we'll just keep her because she does have that 90 star power. Other than that, I don't think I'm releasing anybody else. Besides, I feel like I wouldn't say messed up, but when it comes to Cody Horn, because he's kind of an announcer, I put him as kind of like backstage person for like announcing things, but he has he has like close to 100 commentary, but his entertainment skill is so low, and I wish I could put him in development, that way he can grow, because he has commentary at 96 but his entertainment is 5, so it's like he doesn't really boost that well when it comes to announcing things, because his entertainment skill is so low. And so I was hoping I can send him to development, but I don't want to spend the $1 million on a child promotion and have him build. So hey, I release him or I just keep him and just hopefully he grows, because I have him for 5 years because he has a 96 skill in commentary, so he's pretty good in the commentary. Or I try to change him out with somebody on the commentary team, but I feel strong enough for my commentary team. So they got like 13, maybe mid-20s or 50s. Between like 20 and 50 range of commentary for some of them, and then mid-teens for one. For 2 of them, they're kind of like high up in the mid-20s, maybe 30, 40s. And then one of them is like the low teens, and then one of them is single digits, so they kind of balance out of each other overall. So with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. We are at a 3.0. Unfortunately, we couldn't add anything to the sponsorship bonus. That's why I kind of simulated to the end of the month, because now I know where kind of all the payout is, so to speak, when it all happens, especially with the $600 of production. So, yeah, hopefully you have appreciated this episode and enjoyed it. And I guess with these 2 tag teams, for the time being, I will have to extend them, because at least one of the 3 out of the 4 are in a storyline right now, and storylines roughly take 6 months, so I'll show you that as well. So kind of scroll down and look at what he is doing. So he's a face, he's an upper mid card, so I kind of keep it the same, and I'll put it for 5 years. And so he's probably increasing it a little bit since the last time, because the email is her leaving. I was like, why do we have an email? So right now, if we go to roster, go to Oscar Shaw, we'll find him real quick. Right now it's 720, and so with renegotiating for him, now it's 780, so it's gonna increase. So that's why I kind of figured it out that by keep doing it 6 months, it's gonna increase a little bit. Where if I lock him up, same thing, 5 years. It's that price for 5 years. And so if I use him the whole 5 years, I use him for the whole 5 years. If I don't, I release him, then he's, he's released. And it's pay per appearance. It's not like it's a standard salary. I won't get like a standard salary for a long time. It may be a few years until I get a standard salary. So, because you have to be at like a cult size promotion, and hopefully we get those extra bonuses when it comes to overall show rating, because that will help us tremendously. So he was unstable, which is on there. His face. We're going to change this to upper mid card, because if I were to change any of this, this is going to change to indefinite. Make an offer, and he's going to accept it. So he's locked for 5 more years after that. And then I'll show you the other ones too as well. So Luister is going to be at 5 or 458. If we renegotiate, oh, he's kind of the same. And then creative control, but I'm not going to give him creative control, so I'm going to put him for 5 years. He's a lower mid-carder, and he's a face, and for his, he's the lovable loser. That's kind of how his gimmick is. It's not that like I want it to happen, but he's known for his toughness. He's considered social among others and driven to be the best, but I kind of wanted some variety, so it's best for face, and it seems to work out for him a little bit. So you're going to make an offer, and he's going to accept it. So Oscar Shaw, he's good until 2027, and then Luisker Ayula is good until 2027. Now for the tag team that I think I wasn't gonna resign is now I'm gonna kind of have to resign, because they haven't been winning much, and they have been kind of complaining. Or they haven't been winning much, and so I was kind of just gonna throw them down the chute, because I was facing them with Athlete Central, and Athlete Central is basically, throwing them like off to the side like you're nothing, because they would win every single time. And I've been doing auto for a winner, so it's not like I'm selecting one of the Athlete Central wrestlers. I've been doing everything besides certain things that I want in a storyline auto. So kind of letting the simulation play itself. And it's gonna want 480 royalty for 5 years mid card, and he accepts the offer. I'm surprised, because they kind of got down a little bit when it came to me gave them a push down, because I guess when they win or whatnot, or when they know they're gonna get maybe a contract renegotiation, so to speak. So 5 years, you're a mid-carder, 600, and so he should be all set for 5 years. So yeah, they're all set for 5 years now, because within storyline and stuff like that, heat-wise, they want at least 6 segments, so it's going to be 6 shows. So hopefully, overall, now I know what kind of the spin of things of what is going to happen within it. The first year is kind of just playing this out, seeing what I can do, just trying to increase it, and then now I'm kind of understanding the game a little bit and knowing what I should do with the superstars, and kind of gauge on how long a match should be, even though they may struggle with breath at the end of it, but to have it a good enough quality for people to come to the show, especially when we just had 215 people come in, for that big enough sales and everything else. So if you've made it this far within the video with me kind of like trying to end it but not really end it, you are amazing. Hopefully you're having a great day, and have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you are. This will be the end of the video for sure. And we're increasing up. We gained 0.3 popularity, so we're at a 3.0 popularity now. And have a good one.